Are you thinking about moving to Naperville and you're wondering what are maybe some of the negative things about moving to Naperville? Well, this video is for you. I'm Amy Pearson. I'm a local realtor in Naperville. I actually grew up in Naperville myself, and I moved back with my husband and we're raising our daughter here in Naperville. I'm gonna give you the inside scoop about some of the maybe gripes that I've seen online about what people say about Naperville, and I'm gonna respond. I make weekly videos on community information, real estate, and driving tours on the Naperville area. If you enjoy my video, hit the subscribe button. If you are thinking about moving to Naperville or selling, feel free to reach out. I'd love to help you out. Info is listed below. I've helped people just like you find their dream home in Naperville. All right, so I actually found some gripes online on reddit.com. I made a video about a year and a half ago. I revisited, looked at this video, and I was like, wow, a lot has changed since the last time I made that video. So I'm gonna update my responses because I think some of my responses have actually changed, and we are in December of 2023. Some of my responses will change. Okay, so according to Reddit, people complain about Naperville. This is probably the #1 complaint I would say for many years. People would complain no parking at the train stations in Naperville. There are 2 train station stops in Naperville, downtown Naperville location and Route 59 location. So I'm gonna disagree to this one, but previously it would take years to have your name come up to get a monthly parking pass in downtown Naperville. There was like multiple year-long wait lists to get a parking spot in downtown Naperville. This is no longer the case. Right now I'm recording this December of 2023. This is exciting news. Due to people having hybrid work schedules, only going into downtown Chicago a few days a week, they have changed it. There are no longer monthly parking passes to the train stations. This is huge. It is now daily parking to park in the parking spots in Naperville, and you pay by your plate, and there's little machines at the train station to pay for the daily parking for your parking space. So that is a big deal. I drive by the train station a lot, and there are open spots still every day. So parking's much easier now at the train station, which is good news. All right, #2 complaint that I saw on Reddit.com about Naperville. People complain, horrible traffic, which it depends where you live. That's all I have to say, or depends on where you lived before. If you were used to maybe living in a smaller town, you would think this is a trafficy place to live. If you lived in a larger metropolitan town like Chicago, where it's like gridlock in the neighborhoods and it just takes forever to get through, you would think it's a breeze living in Naperville. To be honest, there are certain areas that are more congested than other areas of the town. I like to call it the infamous Route 59, is a very congested, trafficy street. It takes forever to get from one end to the other. So Route 59, very congested. An update to my response, another congested area would be downtown Naperville. They have been working on construction on a bridge that goes over the DuPage River in downtown Naperville for a long time, and it takes a bit longer to get through downtown Naperville because of this construction. So morning, lunchtime, and evening rush hours are a bit clogged because of that construction. It's ongoing for a bit more time. So I do agree it's trafficy there. #3 would be too expensive to live in Naperville. I am gonna disagree with this. I actually do have a video on how expensive is Naperville. Naperville is much more affordable to live than downtown Chicago. It is more affordable daycares, more affordable groceries. I usually make the video every January and I update it with updated prices. I know with inflation, prices are going up, but it's still more affordable to live in Naperville than Chicago. For the same price of a single family home in Naperville, you would get a 2 or 3 bedroom condo in Chicago. So your money goes further living in Naperville versus Chicago. So that's my 2 cents on that. #4 complaint on Reddit, which I'm gonna agree. People say it's not walkable. I agree, yes, it's not walkable Naperville. You do need to have a car to drive. We live in the suburbs. You have to drive, park your car, drive, park your car. It is not walkable. If you live close to downtown Naperville, yes, it's much more walkable. There are some areas that, you know, where you're close to maybe a shopping area. You could walk to some things, but you need to have at least 1 car if you live in Naperville, unfortunately. So I do agree, not walkable. My last complaint I found on reddit.com, people complained or griped about Naperville, would be the commute to the highway. I would say somewhat agree, but it depends where you live. If you live in South Naperville, yes, I would totally agree with you that the commute to the highway takes too long. So I've heard some people takes 30, 35 minutes to get to the highway because of the infamous Route 59 is so congested and clogged. It takes a long time to get from South Naperville to the highway. If you live closer on the north end of Naperville, you're not that far from the highway and it's definitely not a complaint for you. So I'm gonna say I agree if you live in South Naperville, yes, the commute to the highway is a longer drive. So some of the gripes about living in Naperville. Hope I didn't scare you off with the gripes. I'm Amy Pearson. I'm a local realtor here in Naperville. If you're thinking about moving to Naperville, feel free to reach out. If you've got any questions, I'd love to help you out and find your dream home in Naperville. Info's below. Feel free to reach out. I've got another great video coming up that I think you like, so stick around for our next video.